How's it? Live show for Tuesday, August the 26th. I'll let you boys and ladies roll in here in just a second here. While you do that, I'll go ahead and update my site here a little bit. Hope you guys are doing well. As you know, I think we went 2-0 on YouTube Premium yesterday, so pretty happy about that. And happy to see us continue to roll along here on YouTube Premium. It's been great. So hopefully you'll join us for that. Nice 5-star MLB winner yesterday on the Nats and the Yankees over, so that was pretty exciting. Um, let's see here. Tuesday soccer. Our soccer run is pretty insane. It's 56 and 28 for plus 55 and 95, and that is pretty wild. Not to mention a 14 and 6 soccer run as well for plus 2,000. All right, let me get to it here. Let's get to remember what we want right now is we want 8 games that you guys can find that I will do for you, and then I will tell you which one I like the most out of them. Obviously, it can't be a premium selection, but I will tell you which one I like most out of that. Okay. Just updating here. 4-star pick on Tuesday for our props. And yeah. All right. Let me say hello to everybody in just a second here as we get rolling. By the way, don't forget back-to-back winning football weeks as well. All right. Let's say hello to everybody. Who's on here today? Uncle Steve, how's it? Virginia Bourbon, how's it? Nothing jumps out today. Just here to lurk and learn. Nice, Virginia Bourbon. Red Dog, Uncle Edison, Indiana, Seattle. I'm leaning towards the over. Uncle Steve, so my 4-unit selection on this game is indeed the side. However, since you are talking about the total, we will talk about the total here, and we'll get to it here. So the let's see here. So if I had to do a total on this game, here's the thing. I mean, Indiana is a pretty desperate team. They're missing a lot of key players. They're a pretty desperate team coming into this contest. Um, so the total sits around. Let's see here. My internet's acting a little sketchy today, and I don't know why. It might not be my internet, but the total sits around 169 as well. The public's about 58% to the tune on the over. Um, but this is a contest where I think that you have an Indiana team that comes in that didn't play well in back-to-back games. They're coming back home, and typically when they come back home, they play better to the offense rather than to the defense. They're trying to struggle to avoid not going out of the playoffs. Um, but they lost 97-84 to the Lynx, 95-90 to the Lynx. I mean, are they going to do it through defense or offense? And usually, if they win, it's got to be through their offense. It's not; they're not built for the defensive side of the ball. And for that reason, I like Indiana and Seattle under the posted total is my lean there. Moving on to game number 2, who's got it? My man. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Corey's. Great to see you. Um, my first live show ever. Hi, I see. How's it going? Hey, Derek. Great to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. I'm looking forward to a tennis game tomorrow. Yeah, if you find me a tennis game, I'll handicap it for you. We can talk about any 8 games you want to. Phillies and Mets. Yeah, the Phillies and Mets here. Obviously, the Phillies were able to. I think the Mets romped them yesterday, right? 10-14. As it relates to this game, what I will tell you is that the Phillies come into this game, obviously coming off of a bad loss, so they're looking to bounce back here. They lost 3-13. The Phillies haven't really lost back-to-back games since mid-August, so keep that in mind. How many games have they lost to the Mets in a row? They took 2 or 3 from the Mets before that. They got swept by the Mets before that. So this is going to motivate them here. But the Mets always seem to get up to face the Phillies. The Mets obviously need this game a little bit more than the Phillies too. Total sits at 8 as well. The Mets have actually been playing better, right? They've won around 6 out of their last 8 games, which is a far cry from what they were doing. As it relates to who is starting for this game, for the Mets, it's going to be for the Mets, it's Luzardo and Manea here. So for the Mets here with Luzardo, let's see here. Jesus Luzardo, how did he do against the Mets last time? Let's check that out. My internet is very interesting today. Very, very interesting today. The site that I'm using is not going well at all, but it's all good. Let me try to find another site, or it is working, but it's working really slow. All right, Lazarda here coming here. As he has not faced the Mets, which that is to his advantage. He comes off defeating Seattle 6-3-1, Washington 6-4-3, Texas 6-7-1, 6-5-3. So it does make sense here. Um, that's interesting. Manea rolls into this game. 4-3-4, 5-6-4, so on and so forth, blah blah blah. Manea, he's struggled. I mean, he's had 4 straight non-quality starts. I really don't know how he had 3 hits in his last game and he still lost. He's had 4 straight non-quality starts. And with the Phillies on the bounce back, it makes a lot of sense here to back the Phillies here. I think that's the right side in this game. So Mets Phillies, I'm backing the Phillies. Let's see here. Game number 2. Mets versus Phillies. Lean on Phillies. Phillies versus Mets. Lean on Phillies. Game number 3. Who's got it? Ty is sharp. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Gary. Rocky, great to see you. Let's get that money. Edward, good to see you. Yeah, Phillies. Yeah, I agree. I like the Phillies. In fact, that's what I like the most right now. Cowboy, Kendrick, good to see you. CJ, good to see you. Reds, Dodgers, leaning Reds in the over. So the Reds, Dodgers in this game. By the way, let me know if you guys like 6 or 8 games. I know I give you 4 games on that daily free pick video. Let me know if you like 6 or 8. By the way, Cincinnati rolls into this game. Some people like less. Some people like less to analyze, and they're like, well, I get 4 selections from IC on the free play video. I get 6 over here on the YouTube Premium. I've got 10 games to look at. That's a lot of stuff, and that's not even including the football leagues that I'm going to give you. So let me know what you guys like there. The only thing is you guys might not be able to all get your games in, but I'll still try to answer all your questions. But the games are the games, right? That's why we do a live show every day, so you can find one of the games. You can jump in on any. And I'm trying to make sure to. I'll have a lot of games research too. So let me know if you like 6 or 8 better. Nick Martinez and Kershaw here. Martinez rolling it in here. So Nick Martinez and Kershaw. Martinez went 6-4-2 against the Dodgers last time. I also like maybe doing 6 games so I can analyze more. 6-4-2 against it's the Nuggets that you look for. Martinez went 6-4-2 against the Dodgers last time. He won last time. He comes off of a loss though to the Angels and to Milwaukee. That's interesting. So he's going to be super motivated coming in here. And he got him to 7 strikeouts last time. Got it. The Reds coming to this game, 4 games above 500, but they lost to the Dodgers 7-0 last game, so that's going to be motivating them. All right, so you got a Reds team that's coming off of a loss. You got a Dodgers team, though, that has revenge against this pitcher. Kershaw rolls in here. Has Kershaw pitched against these Reds this year? Runs, though. Only 3 strikeouts last game. Last contest went to 7 runs as well. I actually like the Reds here. Even though our boy here, beat him last time, the Reds are coming off back-to-back losses. They need this game, right? So getting Martinez at a plus 1.5, and Kershaw looked pretty shaky in this last game too. Cincinnati versus the Dodgers. I'm gonna take I actually like Cincinnati plus the 1.5 here. You could take a look at an indirect lean on the Reds because you're expecting Kershaw to get hit, right? Seattle versus the Padres. What are your thoughts there? Yeah, Seattle versus the Padres here. Let's pop over there here. Seattle versus the Padres. Yeah, Cease and Castillo here. Padres roll into this game having lost back-to-back games. They are 74-58 now. Losing 9-6 yesterday and losing back-to-back games is not good for the Padres. Okay. The Mariners rolled in this game, having won back-to-back games. They're 71-61. They beat the Padres and they beat the Athletics. Of course, Cal Raleigh got his 50 home runs, which is incredible, to be honest with you, to his credit. So you have a San Diego team that had to watch all this nonsense yesterday. And you have Dylan Cease here and Castillo here. I'd like to take a lean on Cease here as he faces he has not faced Seattle this year. He does come off of a win, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs against San Fran. That's one of the last time he gave up that many runs was 5 earned runs to the Mets. The next game he gave up no earned runs to the Cardinals, 5-1-0. So that's pretty good. I'd have to think that he pitches well. He gave up 6 earned runs one time to the Dodgers and then 1 earned run the next time to Kansas City. Castillo comes in here, the 3.57 ERA. He went 4 innings, 10 hits, and 3 runs against Philadelphia last time, right? He lost, right? But he's given up 19 hits in his last 2 games, so maybe he bounces back. I mean, obviously he's got to play better, right, versus what he did last time. But I think with this team coming off of a loss and the fact that Castillo's given up at least 9 hits in his last 3 of 5 starts, I think my lean here is going to be on the Padres to get it done. So number 4, San Diego versus Seattle. Lean on San Diego. Plus, it might help me might be easier for me to make a YouTube Premium selection with 6 games rather than 7 too. White Sox Royals. Yeah, the White Sox Royals game. White Sox Royals. Okay, yeah. So the White Sox Royals game, you have a Kansas City team who rolls in here. The Royals here, lost 7-0 in their last game. They are 2 games above 500, and everybody's chasing Detroit. And they've lost 3 out of the last 5, which isn't good. They took 3 in a row from the White Sox last time, and of course the White Sox got swept and had revenge, and they've done pretty well now. The White Sox roll into this game, having won 3 in a row, which is they won 7-3, 8-0, 7-0. They probably even surprised themselves, to be honest with you. And then you combine the fact you have Lorenzen and Perez here. Lorenzen rolls into this game here. He went 4 innings, 3 hits, and no runs against the White Sox last time. He went 6 innings, 1 hits, and 2 runs against the White Sox the time before. He beat them twice, okay? It is very, very hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, all right? So you take that into account, and then that's why that total probably is going to be a little bit high. Perez coming in here. Has he faced the Royals this year? He has not, and he went 5-3 and no runs against Atlanta, 3-3, 1 run against Detroit. He's been pitching relatively well, to be honest with you. But then you have Kansas City coming off scoring no runs in their last game. I think what makes sense in this game is the over, does it not? The over 8.5. Yeah, I think this definitely. I think the KC over makes far more sense because with the White Sox, with the revenge too. I like the KC over here with the White Sox. KC versus White Sox. Lean on the over. Game number 6. Who's got it? Dodgers run line. No, Steven. I like the Reds plus the 1.5, and I talk about that. Thoughts on the total in the Mercury game? Yes, Rizwan. I absolutely like the under in that game. I talked about it earlier. Cubs versus Giants. Verlander stinks this year. I want to take the run line with the Cubs. What do you think? Who is that message? Corey. Yeah. Hey, Corey. So the Cubs, Cubs coming into this game. This is Boyd and Verlander here. Cubs rolling in here. As Cubs have won 3 in a row coming in. They are 19 games above 500. They beat the Angels and they swept the Angels, to their credit. Have they faced the Giants this year? I don't think they faced the Giants this year. As far as I can tell, I could be wrong. They did. Sorry, yeah. The Giants beat them 3-1 back in May 7th. Okay, so then San Francisco comes in here, having won back-to-back games, right? And they took 2 of 3 from the Cubs. So San Fran comes in having won back-to-back games. The Cubs come in off of winning the series. So both teams are coming off wins here. Okay, so that's key. And then you have Boyd and Verlander here. But Giants did take 2 of 3 from them last time. Boyd has not pitched against San Fran. He went 5 innings, 6 hits, and 4 runs against Milwaukee, which is a bad start for him, although he did win. Last time he had such a bad start against Milwaukee, he went 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs against Baltimore. So that is a good spot for him. He did the same thing against Cincinnati when he faced Colorado as well. And then you have Verlander, who comes into this game, who's obviously older now for the Giants. Um, he comes into this contest. Has he pitched against? Has he pitched against the Cubbies? He has 5 innings, 5 hits, and 3 runs, a rare win, if you will. He comes off a bad start, 4 innings, 7 runs against the Padres after a good start against Tampa Bay. He's kind of been on and off, going back and forth. Um, but I think you got to go with the person who is far more consistent here, and that is the Cubs, right? Wouldn't that make more sense here? The Cubs are sitting at 76 and 55. The Giants do come off back-to-back wins. I don't trust them to win 3 in a row. I don't know if you do. They're 63 and 68. I think the only way to lean here is indeed the Cubs. All right. There's another show right after this at 1 o'clock, so I might cut this one short here. Great content. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Pittsburgh, St. Louis. I'll try to get that to you in the next video. I think both pitchers, Reds, LA, have really good opposing teams. I like the Reds plus the 1.5, by the way, in that game. Quality over quantity. 6 works it. I agree with 6. Yeah, I think 6 is a good number too. Rin, how do you feel about Daniel? That's my 4-unit WNBA selection today, so be sure to grab it. Okay, yeah. Blue Jays run line all day. Blue Jays, what was my lean on that? Blue Jays run line. I have that on the free play video, and I actually have Bassett under 5.5 strikeouts, by the way. I have Bassett under 5.5 strikeouts in that game. U.S. Open, Brooksby. Brooksby's always a decent idea in the U.S. Open. I'm back, Cowboy. Nice to be here. Nice to have you, Mike. Nice to have you. Thanks for sending the written recap yesterday. Of course, Andrew, I'll try to send you a written recap once again today as well. The Royals game, I think I talked about the Royals game here. I like the over in that game, okay? And I give you the analysis on this video. Bob, that's my 4-unit WNBA selection today. And yeah, but the Reds are better at home than on the road. True. I still like them plus the 1.5. Great content. Thank you, Mark. I think we are about there. Volume's too low. Let me see. Next time I'll get the volume higher. I think I know why. I'll get the higher volume next time. 6 is good. Looks like all you guys are good to go. Thank you, IC. Love how you call WNBA. Yeah, you know what's funny about that? I called it Beaver Ball, and someone ratted me out who was politically correct. And I'm a political moderate. Like, I'm a social liberal, but I'm a fiscal conservative. So I'm all about business, and I think I'm a libertarian, basically. Less government across the board. If you want to do whatever you want to do with your body, do it with your body. If you want to smoke weed, smoke weed. But I like low taxes, and I like less government. I like entrepreneurship. So, but yeah, man, I said Beaver Ball, and someone ratted me out the Doc Sports, and somebody got on my case, and so I don't say it as much anymore. All right, fellas, that sounds good. Let me send you the recap as well, so you have all that as well. And again, the recap is WNBA. Oh yeah, I need to tell you what the YouTube Premium selection is. WNBA, Indiana, Seattle recap. Indiana, Seattle under. Phillies, Mets. I like the Phillies. Cincinnati Dodgers. I like the Cincinnati plus the 1.5. I also like Kershaw under in strikeouts. Padres and Seattle. I like the Padres here. Kansas City White Sox. I like the over there. And Cubs Giants. I like the Cubs there. Honestly, I think my YouTube Premium selection is going to be on the Kansas City White Sox. I like the over between KC and the White Sox. That is my YouTube Premium selection for today. It's game number 5. I also like the Padres too, to be honest with you. But I think the Padres are also good too. Let me take another look here. Do I want to go with the total? That is the question. Do I want to go with the total? What did Castillo do in his last game? Yeah, he comes off a loss to the Phillies, and I don't want to mess with that. He comes off 10 hits. I can't do that. So the Cubs and the Giants, Verlander still comes off a horrendous loss. Cincinnati, I don't want to go against the Dodgers. Phillies, Mets do make sense, but the Mets are a feisty team, and I don't want to play a total in the WNBA. Yes, YouTube Premium selection, Kansas City White Sox over 8. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Jump on the football cards this week. Don't forget, back-to-back winning weeks of football, and hopefully we'll continue to do great in WNBA and baseball. Take care. Bye-bye.